Hello my dear friend. So welcome you to this video where we are going to learn one of the important features of ratio. Not future. Why do I say future? Because I am here to create your future and create my own future as well. We are all here to create future. It's in your hands. Nothing is in the hands of fate. There is nothing called fate. There is nothing called luck. I do not believe in it because whatever you do, you will reap benefits of it. So therefore, we are not going to concentrate on future. We are going to concentrate on the features of ratio. So what are the features? Two basic features of ratio. The first one, when you multiply or divide a ratio with the same number, then ratio remains same. What do I mean by this? Okay. Say for example, we have the ratio 3 is to 5. And if I multiply these two with any number, say for example 3 and 3, same number which is important. Okay, if you multiply by same number, you will 9 is to 15. This is because ratio is a comparison. 3 is to 5 is equal to 9 is to 15. These two ratios are equal. The numbers may be different, okay, but the ratio, the comparison is same. That is what we need to understand. The comparison is same here. So if I divide also, say for example, I'll take one more example. Okay, we'll take one more example here. Say for example, 15 is to 18. If I divide this by 3, again 3 is coming, it's fine. Divide both the numbers, both the ratio values by 3. 3 5s are 15, 3 6s are 18. So these two ratio 15 is to 18 is equal to 5 is to 6, and this is what is proportion, my dear friend. When we come to that tomorrow, we'll discuss about it. So this is, these two are same ratio. There is no difference between these two ratios. These are same ratios. The comparison is same. Here also 3 is to 15, 3 is to 5 is equal to 9 is to 15. These two are same, right? Okay. So this is the first feature. So if you multiply or divide a ratio with the same number for both of them, or three of them, four of them, if you multiply or divide the ratio with same number, it doesn't change. The ratio remains the same. The comparison remains the same. Whereas if you add to or subtract from a ratio with the same number, the ratio will change. Okay. Say for example, we'll take one more example here. Okay. This pen is not visible to me, so therefore it becomes difficult for me to find out where it is. Okay. Say for example, 4 is to 7 is a ratio. And I add here 2 plus 2. It will become what? 6 is to 9. Okay. Now is the comparison same? For every 4 there are 7. For every 4 there are 7. Whereas when I add 2 to it, for every 6 there are 9, which is not same as this ratio. These are not same ratio. The comparison is different here. Are you getting my point? The comparison is different here. Even if I subtract, say for example 5 is to 9 is there, and I subtract 3 from each of them. 3 from each of them. You can see the nature is changing, the ratio, the comparison is changing. So this will become 2 is to minus, this is not divided by 9 minus 3 is 6. So you can see, you can further simplify them. I am not going to simplify, I want you to understand it properly. For every 5 there were 9. Now for every 2 there are 6. Can you see here? These two are not same, these are different. On this basis the questions will come. This we are going to apply somewhere, but on this basis the question will come. So next two models are based on this second feature, that is when you add or subtract from a ratio. When you add to or subtract from a ratio with the same number, okay, the ratio will change. It will definitely change. Okay, so let us take the question model number 3, add or subtract a ratio, and the question is in front of you. Akash, Javed and Samuel divide an amount of rupees 3,200 amongst themselves in the ratio 7 is to 6 is to 3 respectively. If an amount of rupees 200 is added to each of their shares, what will be the new ratio of their shares of the amount? Now see this question. This till now we were solving what we were solving till here. Now we are going to solve next. Okay, so now I know how to find out 1 RV. We are 1. How do I find out? 3,200 is a sum. By now you should be able to understand. This is a sum because it is to be divided. Whenever it is to be divided, it is always the sum. Okay. Okay. And then it has to be divided among themselves in what? 7 is to 6 is to 3. Okay. So 7 is to 6 is to 3 means it has to be, this is the ratio of A is to J is to S. How much it is? 7 is to 6 is to 3. Now, if I want to add to their shares, I need to find out how much they got in the first place. Yes or no? I first need to find out how much they got. So what I'll do? I'll find out one ratio value. How do I find out ratio value? One ratio value. This is the sum. So I'll divide it by the sum of the ratio. So what is the sum of the ratio? 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 3 is 16. So 16 I can say this is double. So this will be how much? 200. Each value is 200. So this you need to note down. So this is 200. One RV is 200. So what I'll do? Normally I would have done. What would have done? There is a trick in this also that we'll find out later. But first we'll solve it the traditional way so that you will understand. So 200 means 200 into 7 is 1400. Are you able to understand now? Once I get this 1 RV, I'll be able to directly 200 into 7 I'll do. Okay, then 200 into 6 will be 1200 plus 200 into 3 will be what? 600. Okay. Now what I have to do? Now I got the actual values. These are the actual money they got. Actual money. Now I am going to add. We are going to add how much? 200 to each of them. 200 plus 200 plus 200. I know when I add the same amount, it will change. If it doesn't matter, my dear friend, you may say that if I add different numbers, will it be same? No, that is out of question. If I add or subtract or multiply or divide with this different numbers, then obviously it will change. So therefore that question doesn't arise here. So this 200 I add, it will become 1600. This I add 1400. This I add, it will get 800. So now 1600, 1400 and 800. Now I have to convert this. These are the actual values now. After adding, these are the actual values. New actual values. Now I need to find out the ratio. What I have to do? I have to find out the HCF. What can divide all of them? I can find out that again 200 can divide all of them. Okay, 200 can divide all of them. So I'll divide it by 200. So what I'll get is 8 is to 7 is to 4. Right? The new ratio is 8 is to 7 is to 4. Now in this particular case, we have to observe something. I am telling you to observe something. See, the ratio is whatever, but one ratio value is how much? 200. And how much we are going to add here? I am going to add 200 rupees. The actual value is 200 which we are adding. Means what? Is it not equal to 1 ratio? Is it not equal to 1 ratio? Because we have found out that 1 ratio value is 200. So what I should have done is, because the original ratio was 7 is to 6 is to 3. Listen to this carefully. Okay, if you observe only, you will be able to solve this question. If the original ratio is 7 is to 6 is to 3 and you are adding 200 which is equal to 1 ratio. So I have to add 1 ratio here. Plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it will become what? 8 is to 7 is to 4. Isn't it? It will become what? 8 is to 7 is to 4. Directly we can add. When the ratio value and what we are going to add is equal or it's a multiple. Even if I had to add 400, I would have added two ratios. Are you getting my point? If we have to add 400, I would have added two ratios. Listen to these things very carefully. If there it was 1000, I would have added 5 ratios here. If I would have added 5 ratios to each of them. Is that clear now? Okay. So let us go to the next question. A, B and C divide an amount of rupees 4,800 amongst themselves in the ratio 4 is to 5 is to 3 respectively. If an amount of rupees 500 is added to each of their shares, what will be the new ratio of their shares of amount? So this is the question. So it is the same as previous question. So what we'll do, we'll go a little bit faster if you permit me. I know the sum is how much? Sum is equal to 4,800. Now because this is actual value, I need to divide it by the ratio value sum. So ratio values of 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 3 is 12. So if I divide it by 12, what I will get is 400, which is equal to 1 ratio value. Now what we are going to add here? We are going to add 500. Okay, we are going to add 500. So this and this is not same. Are you getting my point? This and this is not same. Even if I can make a little bit of maneuvering or the connection, you will be able to see that we are going to add not one ratio, but we are going to add 1.25 ratio. Okay, which is a little bit difficult. Okay, I have one more trick for this. Before we go to that trick, just we'll solve it as usual. So it has to be distributed 5, 4 is to 5 is to 3. So I know one ratio value is 400. So what I'll do, I'll take this and then I'll multiply this by 400. So I'll get what, 1600, and then 5 into 400 is equal to 2000, and 3 into 400 is equal to 1200. I will add 500 and 500 and 500. So what I'll get is 2100 plus 2500 is to 1700. I'll remove these zeros, and what I'll get is 21 is to 25 is to 17. This is the answer. If I can see here, this is very simple. I need not have to explain. I think this is what we have added. This is the actual original values, and this is the new actual values, and we find out the ratio value. This is the new ratio. That is very simple, I think. Now I could have done one more thing. Because I can see this one ratio is equal to 400. Can I convert this one ratio is equal to 100? Just think, can I convert this into one ratio is equal to 100? How? I have to multiply these by 4. Are you getting my point? To get the one ratio, why I am doing that? Because once you get the 100 as the one ratio value, I'll be able to add it easily. So what will happen? Instead of doing this, I can do this. Okay. Instead of making one ratio value is equal to 4, this is a little bit higher level stuff. If you can understand it, it's fine. Or else you will be able to understand it later. Some point of time you will understand it what I am doing here. Okay. So now see, I can make it 100. How do I make it 100? By changing the ratio. How do I change without? I can multiply it by 4. So you can multiply all of them by 4. So I'll get what, 16 is to 20 is to 12. Okay. Does it look like this only? It should, right? It should look like the same thing. Once you see that, what I know, 100 is equal to 1 ratio now. This is the now different one, right? Not this one. We have changed the ratio so that the ratio is equal to. Now even if you want to check it, you can see 16 plus 20 is 36 plus 12 is equal to 48. So you will be dividing. If this was the ratio, you will be dividing 4800 by 48. So you would have got how much? 100 as the one ratio. That is how we have arrived at it. Now because 100 is equal to 1 ratio value, the new ratio value. So what I am going to add is 5. So I am going to add 5 ratios. I can add 5 ratios which is equal to 21 is to 25 is to 17. It would have made my life easier and it would have saved lot of writing as well as time. Writing means time. I do not bother how much you write. But every time you write little bit, you are going to waste a little bit of time. Okay, let us go to the next question now. 20 boys and 25 girls form a group of social workers. During their membership drive, the same number of boys and girls joined the group. Hence, the ratio of boys to girls become 7 is to 8. How many girls joined the group? So, this we have to understand it properly first and then we will solve. This is a exam question which has appeared in the examination. PO examination. Okay. Now 20 boys and 25 girls form a group and form a group for social workers. During their membership drive, then same number of boys and girls joined the group. Means what? See here. There were 20 boys and there were 25 girls which made a group. They started a membership drive and same number of people joined means same number of boys and same number of girls joined. So if X boys joined, then X girls joined. Okay, X girls joined, then for girls also X. So same number. This is what they mean by this. Same number of boys and girls. Hence the ratio of boys to girls becomes 7 is to 8. Now if you observe this one, we do not have anything here. Right, how many number they are joined, but what we have done recently that will help us in solving this. First I'll find out this ratio, very easy, 4 is to 5. Boys and girls is 4 is to 5. Now we can see here same number is being added, and it becomes 7 is to 8. If you wanted to solve it the traditional method, what you would have done, 4x plus y, instead of taking this as x, you should have to take as y because x will use here, plus y divided by 5x plus y, because it is the same, is equal to 7 upon 8. I am going to what, use this as, okay, or you could have taken directly 20 plus y divided by 25 plus y is equal to 7 upon 8, and then you will solve it. Right. When 8 into 20 is equal to 160 plus 8y is equal to 25 into 7 is 175 plus 7y. So 8y will come this side and 7y go that side. So this will become, you have to understand it. Okay, I'll do it slowly. Okay, no problem. 8y minus 7y, why? Because I'm bringing this 7 this side and sending this 160 that side. So it will be what, 175 minus 160. Therefore 8y minus 7y is equal to y. Therefore 175 minus 60 is equal to 160 is equal to 15. So y is equal to 15. Each one y people joined. Okay, this is how you could have done it. Okay, this is a little bit cross, pardon me, but here I can understand what from the previous one, the same number is being added. Now you see here how much is ratio is being, once I convert this into ratio, this was not necessary if I solved the traditional method, sorry. This you can understand, 4 becomes 7 and 5 becomes 8. So same number is being added. Can you see here? Same number being added here and same number, actual number also being added. Same ratio is added and same actual value is added. So means what, 4 becomes 7 and 5 becomes 3. 8 means 3 ratio is being added both the sides. Understand this. 3 ratio is being added. Okay, there also 3, 4 has become 7 and 5 has become 8. Same number they have said, same number joined. So we have also number, actual ratio value is also same here, 3 ratio and 3 ratio. Therefore means what, 3 ratio has been added. We already know what is 4 ratio and we also know what is 5 ratio because we have converted actual number into this. So 4 ratio is equal to 20 means 1 ratio is equal to what? Now we are going 4 ratio is equal to 20 or whatever. 5 ratio is equal to 25 means 1 ratio is equal to 5. So 3 ratio means what then? 3 ratio is equal to 15. We could have solved it like this very fast and easy. Right? Once you observe that both sides are increased by the same ratio. This is possible only when it is increased by the same ratio. Okay, that is clear, I think. Now let us go to the next question. Income of two companies A and B are in the ratio of 5:8. Had the income of company A been more by 25 lakhs, the ratio of their income would have been 5:4. What is the income of company B? Now this is a very interesting question. See here, initial A is to B is how much? Initial ratio. They have given 5:8. Now what is added here? Increased here. What is added is only A company, right? A company is added. Plus 25 lakh is added. Here 0 has been added. New ratio will be what? This is what they have given 5:4. 5:4. Now you can solve it by your own traditional method like 5x plus 25 lakh is equal to upon 8x plus nothing is equal to 4 and so on. I'll just give you how you do solve. 5x plus 25 lakh we will take. So lakhs means we will not, we'll take only 25 for our, we'll add lakh later. Add upon, if I take only like this it will work. Okay, 8x is equal to sorry, this is 5, right? 5 upon 8x, nothing we are going to add, so it will become 4. So if you solve this, like if you solve this, you will get the answer like 20x plus 100 lakh is equal to 8x is equal to 8 5 is 40x. So therefore what I'll do, I'll send this one this side, so it will become 20x is equal to 100 lakh. So therefore x is equal to what? 5 lakhs. Okay, 20 divided by this will become 20, so this will become 5 lakh. X is equal to 5 lakh. So x is equal to 5 lakh, so this will become 25 and this will become something like that. You have solved. Is that clear? So this is, I'm going to show you anyways. Now I will solve it a different way. I will solve it a different ways. Try to understand because there is no, I'll write it once again so that it is much clearer now. Okay, 5:8 and we are adding only 25 lakh, we are adding nothing here, isn't it? So 5:4. This becomes, this is the initial ratio, this is what is added to only one part and this is the new ratio. Now listen to me carefully. If there is nothing added, this ratio should not have been changed. If I do not want it to be changed, then I can write it as 8 only. If I have to write it as 8, I have to multiply this by 2. Now you go back and see the first feature which says that if you multiply both the sides with the same number, the ratio will not change. So I can multiply this as well with 2. So it will become 10:8. Are you getting my point? I am making, because B is same, so I am making both ratios same. Once I make both ratios same, it will look like, if this is 5 ratio, this is 5 ratio. If I add 25, it will become 10. Means what? 5 ratio is equal to 25 lakhs. How? Because we have added 5 ratios here from here to here. Listen to this carefully. 5 ratio becomes 10 ratio, means we are adding 5 ratio, and how much we are adding actually? 25 lakhs, right? So therefore 5 ratio is equal to 25 lakhs. What is the income of B, they are asking? So what is 8 ratio? To find out 8 ratio, I have to first find out 1 ratio value. 1 ratio value is 25 divided by 5, which is equal to 5 lakh. So I need 8 ratio. So I'll take 5 into 8 is equal to, we have got here also x we have got 5 lakh and here also we got but we got it very, very easily here. Only with applying this logic. If there is no change in B, so should there not be change in ratio. This is the logic we put here and got the answer. Next. In a college, the ratio of boys to girls is 31 is to 23. When 75 more girls join the college, this ratio becomes 124 is to 107. How many more girls should join the college to make the number of boys and girls equal? So a little bit more here. How many more girls should join to make the number of boys and girls equal? So we have to make the ratio equal. Now same logic we are now going directly. I am not going to solve the traditional method. 31, the boys to girls ratio is 31 is to 23. What is being added? Only girls are being added. Here only this is being added. Is that correct? Plus 75. This is a ratio, not the actual values. Here nothing is being added, but again it will change. 124 becomes 107. So this is your initial ratio, this is what you add, and this is what your new ratio. Now going by that logic, there is only change in girls. Why did boy change? It should be same. Now same, I cannot make 124 as 31, that is wrong. I will make 31 as 124 now because I cannot change this one. So 31 124 I can make how? Into 4. If I multiply this, what we did previously, try to understand. Sorry. What we did here, we multiplied by 2 to get it 8. Here what we are going to get 124 we are going to multiply. Therefore this also has to be multiplied. Yes or no? This also has to be multiplied. So that is very easy. So I will multiply 124. Initial ratio only we are changing now. So 23 into 4 is 46, 46, 92. Okay. Now it will become very, very easy. Plus 75, it will become 107. Okay. Plus 75, it will become 107. So what is the increase here? I am not going to touch this one because we are not going to change anyways. Okay. Okay. So how much is the change here? There is a change of 15 ratios. 15 ratios. Yes or no? There is a change of 15 ratio, which is equal to 75. So therefore 1 ratio is equal to what? 75 divided by 15 is equal to 5. Every 5 girls is 1 ratio, my dear. Every 5 girls is 1 ratio. 1 ratio is equal to 5 girls. But we have to make this. Now the next step will go. We have to make this as 124 to make it equal to boys. They want what? How many girls should join to make the number of boys and girls equal? So equality. So how much we have to add here? We have to add how much? 17, I guess. Yes or no? 17 we have to add. 17 we have to add means 1 ratio. So 17 ratios we have to add. Understand this properly. If you are not understanding, please go through because I am going a little bit higher level here onwards. 17 ratios has to be added, right? 107. Now what is the ratio here? See here the ratio is 107. It has to become equal to boys. If it has to become equal to boys, it has to become 124. To make it 124, we have to add 17 ratios. Now what we know is 1 ratio is equal to 5 girls. We have to add how much? 17 ratio. Means the actual value we have to add is 17 into 5, which is equal to 85. So 85 girls more have to join this college to make them equal. Okay. So you can go through the process once again so that it will be very, very clear. If you are not able to understand, I am going very, very slowly. Go back and read and listen to it once again. Okay. So next question. Number of students in arts and science faculties in an institute are in the ratio 5:8. If 150 more students join arts and 80 more students join science, the respective ratio becomes 3:4. What was the total number of students originally? Now this is a real question. Okay, now here you see initial ratio is how much? 5:8. This is arts and this is for science. What is added now? We are adding different numbers. So the feature will not work here. So we have to work with what we have to find out. And here how much is added? 80 has been added. Now what will the new ratio? The new ratio is equal to 3:4. Now whatever we have learnt till now will not work. We have to go through traditional method. We have to go through what? Traditional method, and then we will devise a shortcut method for this as well. So let us go this. So we'll take x, right? We have to take x here so that we'll be able to understand. Original arts students are 5x. Okay, the ratio how much is added? 150. And now here you can see 8x plus 80. What is this? If I whatever be the number, if I add 150 and whatever be the number of girls, if I add 80 here, the ratio will become 3:4. Okay, now onwards you are going to observe this is what, because the numbers are same now. Now we can see here 4 into 5x we are going to do 4 into 5x. Okay, so 4 into 5x is equal to how much? 20x, right? And see here 4 into 150 will do 4 into 150. So we will multiply this as well, right? 4 into 150. So how much it will be? 4 into 150 will be 600 is equal to 3 into 8x. So here you can see 3 into 8x. I'm giving you the clue what we are going to do. 324x. Okay, plus what we are going to do? 3 into 80. So 3 into 80. So what we will get? 240. Now what we'll do? That is very important. We will subtract this minus this. So I am going to tell you 4 into 5x and 3 into 8x we are going to subtract, and then 4 into 150 and 4 and 3 into 80 we are going to subtract. Okay, this is what we are going to do. So 600 I'll keep as it is here and take this one this side. So minus 240 is equal to 20 will come this side. So 24x minus 20x, which is equal to, till now the numbers are same. Now you can see here that this is equal to this, and then we are going to subtract. So subtraction will give me how much? 360, isn't it? 360 is equal to 24 minus 4x. Therefore x is equal to 360 upon 4, which is equal to 90. This is what. Okay, now what is the shortcut? This is, you understood, we have solved it now several times. Now you can see here. So I'll give you a shortcut which you can remember, it is fine, but you should remember what I feel. So initial ratios is A is to B, and we add, say for example, X and Y, then you will get a new ratio of C and D. Then we can find out the x value by what? uh, by what? See, 4 into 150, that is D into x. Okay, here I'm going directly here. If you understand this, you will be able to minus C into Y is equal to, if you have to remember this, then only it is possible, is equal to what? 3 into, that is C into B minus D into A, that is A into D or D into A, whatever way you can write. This should have been written b into c. Okay, b into c minus. So dx minus cy is equal to bc minus ad. If you can remember this, what we are doing is this into this, this into this, this into this, and this into this. You have to remember this. If you remember this, then you will be able to solve it. Okay, you will be able to solve it. Okay, directly you will be able. Now you can see here, I can take dx, this 4 into 150. 4 into 150 is 600 minus 3 into 80, 240 is equal to b into c. So this is b into c. So 24 minus, okay, 4 into 520. So this means what? 4 is equal to 360. Therefore, 1 ratio is equal to 90. This is how you can solve it. What was the total number of students originally? That is what we need to now solve it. 1 ratio is equal to 90. 1 ratio is equal to 90 means there are how many ratios here? 13 ratios. 90 into 13. So 90 into 13 is equal to how much? And 1170. 1170 is your answer. So that is all for today. So today we have had a hectic lesson. So today what I am going to tell you is I am going to put up the questions for your practice. You have to do what? You have to check only those questions which are relevant and solve those questions. Okay, and then I'm going to give you next topics in the tomorrow's class where you will be able to solve every question. Okay, right. So what is the task today? Do you want an interesting task today? Okay. So what I'm going to give you is very, very interesting. If you can do it today, okay, you will be able to find out a new person inside you. You will find a new person inside you. That is, write down, okay, 50 strengths of you. What are your 50 strengths of you? This is very, very important. 50 strengths. You have more than this. You will feel 50 strengths means strong points. Which are your strong points? You have to write down your 50 strong points which you can do better than others. Which you can do better than others, and mind it, you have more than 50. Initially it will feel like, okay, we can write 10 12 easily, and thereafter it will become difficult. And when you go on writing, this is what I can do better than anybody else, this is what I can do better than anybody else, and once you go on doing this, you will see that you have more than 50 strengths. Definitely you will have more than 50 strengths, believe in me. Okay, and write down today 50 strengths. Okay, and then share it. Don't share what are your strengths. Okay, share whether you got more than 50, but this you have to do, okay, with intention. If you got more than 50, if you do it with your 100% commitment and sincerity, honesty, you'll get more. Please write in the WhatsApp group whether you got more than 50. I got more than 50 strengths. That is what I want to hear from you. Thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow.